Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah. Asyhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Hayya 'alas shalah, hayya 'alal falah. Qad qamatis shalah, qad qamatis shalah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah.
استحضروا عظمة الله في قلوبكم أثابكم الله. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين. وإذا قيل لهم لا تفسدوا في الأرض قالوا إنما نحن مصلحون ألا إنهم هم المفسدون ولكن لا يشعرون. وإذا قيل لهم آمنوا كما آمن الناس قالوا أنؤمن كما آمن السفهاء ألا إنهم هم السفهاء ولكن لا يعلمون. وإذا لقوا الذين آمنوا قالوا آمنا وإذا خلوا إلى شياطينهم قالوا إنا معكم إنما نحن مستهزئون. الله يستهزئ بهم ويمدهم في طغيانهم يعمهون. أولئك الذين اشتروا الضلالة بالهدى فما ربحت تجارتهم وما كانوا مهتدين. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala sayyidina Muhammad al-Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam. اللهم ارزقنا فهم النبيين وحفظ المرسلين والهام الملائكة المقربين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. ربنا زدنا علما وارزقنا فهما. بسم الله والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alhamdulillah. Continuing on with Al-Hikam, Ibn Ata'ala Secondary's work, the book of wisdoms, the book of aphorisms. You can find the PDF once again, just search it up on Africa, it pops up. There's many translations in Indonesian, in Malay, in English. It's available, alhamdulillah. If you want to pay, then you can pay as well and support authors and translators. Ibn Ata'ala Secondary, the 13th century scholar, he continues on talking about how we can get to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the way towards Allah. He introduces in the beginning of his chapters, of his words, of his phrases, who is Allah? In the Quran, Allahu la ilaha illa huwa al-hayy al-qayyum. He is one that is the living, who is the sustaining, one that gives us life and sustains our life, and so on and so forth. Allah introduces us to who He is in the Quran. That's the first part of La ilaha illallah. The second part, Muhammadur Rasulullah, is how do we get towards Allah? This is one of the ways of getting towards that, inshaAllah. Ibn Ata'illah, he connects that. What is the path? What is the way? What is the direction? What is the roadmap towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Continuing on in how to get towards that, we know that we live in this world, in this dunya, and we have to understand what is the reality of the dunya. We talked about some realities of the dunya that is temporary, it is temporal, it is up and down like a roller coaster. If we realize what truly dunya is, that is just a manifestation of Allah's signs, because everything that we experience is coming from Allah. If we have that mindset that everything comes from Allah, then we don't have to worry, because that is Allah at the end of the day. That's a big mindset that you can't learn in just one sitting, but it's a process of life. We realize at the end of our lives that we're going back to Allah. Over here, it focuses as well on how to get towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with our actions. Actions of the body, but most importantly, what affects the actions of the body is the action of the heart. That's where we ask the question, what is the state of our heart? You have in the Arabic, كيف حالك, which means, what does كيف حالك mean? حالك means, how are you? Hal in the Arabic means status. What is your status? Not meaning the kawin or single or anything, but what is the condition of your heart? Right? There are teachers that ask, instead of كيف حالك, كيف قلبك, قلبك. How is your heart? Right? That's the bigger question that we ask. And so here, Ibn Ata'illah Secondary, he asks about the heart. كيف قلبك? قال المصنف رحمه الله, so the writer, he writes here, and we ask Allah so that we can benefit from his works, and Allah have mercy upon him. قال المصنف رحمه الله ونفعنا بعلومه في الدارين آمين. مستودع في غيب السرائر ظهر في شهادة الظواهر. Whatever is stored within the hidden compartments of the heart, what is hidden between the people, you can't see what is inside each other's hearts. It manifests within the way we work. It manifests within the way we do actions. So whatever is in the heart, it informs how we do work. So for example, khushu' comes when we're in prayer, from how we are in our heart. Right? We can focus if our heart is focused, if our heart is calm. If there are things that are disturbing the heart, then we want to hurry up, we want to get this done quickly and so forth. Interestingly enough, the way we dress as well also affects the way what is inside, or the way we are inside affects the way we dress. That's why the Prophet ﷺ, as how pure his heart was, the outer garments affected. Because first impressions are also very important. Because when we think of someone who is very religious or very Muslim, they're very simple and disheveled. Imam Malik, Allah have mercy upon him, one of the teachers of the four madhahib, every time he used to go over hadith, sayings of the Prophet ﷺ, this right here is about du'as about the Prophet. Every time he used to go over that, he would first do ghusl. He would take a shower, he would get new clothes, like it's Eid. When you think about Eid, you wear new clothes. He would put perfume, and then he would position himself between him and the Rawdah, between him and the grave of the Prophet ﷺ, tabarrukan, in search of barakah, in search of divine pleasure by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to realize that this is the words of God's apostle. Right? He put meaning behind that. There is a sense of honor in reading the words of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That was the standard. That was the golden standard. Right? We have a story as well. Imam Abu Hanifa, another teacher of the madhahib, of the schools of thought in Islam, he was a trader, a merchant. So what he traded was brocade, and silk. So he traded garments, similar like this. I haven't read too much, but this was from Egypt, alhamdulillah. Also from Egypt as well, but it's made in India. It's made in India, it's made in India as well. When he traded, he used to wear the best of clothes, because in marketing, the way you dress, the way you want to market yourself, the way you want to sell yourself, you want to do your best. Right? You want to provide the best product that is available. Anyone who's taken marketing 101, they know that first impressions are really important. Right? So Imam Abu Hanifa, he used to wear the best of his clothing. Right? His products were very quality, but what he wore was more quality. That was in front of the public eye. But in the private eye, in the middle of the nights, in the nights of the Hajj, the nights where he would do munajah, just to have a personal connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the middle of the night, in the Hajj, in Qiyamul Layl, he would wear something even more grand. Right? Because the idea is that you want to have the private eye more closer to you than the public eye. Right? You want to really value that relationship that you have with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That was the secret of Imam Abu Hanifa. He would wear something with the public eye, very nice, but in his own room, or in his own house, in his own dorm, in his own place of dwelling, he would wear something even more elegant. Why? Because you're going to the King of Kings. Right? When you go to the president, what do you wear? When you go to your boss, what do you wear? If we just take that very simple concept and we elevate that, we elevate our standard, because that standard comes from how our heart perceives it. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala so that what our eyes see, our hearts can see even more. Inshallah. We ask Allah so that we can get rid of the vials, and the illnesses, and the sickness that we have in our hearts. We can rinse our hearts, and we can clean our hearts, and we can decorate our hearts, right? Because when you haven't taken a shower, but you wear nice clothes, people still know that, still smelly. Right? You gotta clean yourselves first. That's called takhalliyah. You clean yourselves, you rid yourself of everything, and then you have tahalliyah. You decorate yourselves. Right? So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala so we can cleanse ourselves first, takhalliyah, and then we can decorate ourselves, tahalliyah. And then once we decorate ourselves, we wear very nice clothes. Impressions have a lasting effect on people. So we ask Allah so that we can have lasting effects, impressions upon others when they see us, to the point that when we see each other, we are reminded by the best of effects, the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that settles within the heart. When we remind of ourselves, we see each other of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it settles the heart. So that's Allah for all of that, inshallah. في الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب
Thank you very much. Brother. Assalamualaikum. Jangan lupa ya. Jangan lupa budayakan membawa makanan. Jangan lupa ada Starbucks.